Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Asha Diamond, your most influential life pilot of this generation. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the question I asked last week, okay? At the beginning of my video, I asked you guys a question that what's your biggest regret and what's that one thing that you felt like you did before and you feel bad for doing it. I don't know if you guys get it, like something you've done to someone or something you've done that right now you feel like you shouldn't have done that. Yes. And it's just one person that answered the question. But all the same, guys, I want to interact with you guys. So if a question is being asked, at least you should answer. Okay. Yes. And I also asked it in my TikTok live. I think last 2 weeks when I was doing a live video. Someone also answered. And on my WhatsApp, yeah, I think 2 people answered, but their question is one person's answer is so weird that I wouldn't say it on camera because it's not pleasant to say on camera. Okay, so yes, let's start with the video. And before we go into the video, today's video, please do it to subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share this video and like. Please, guys, it doesn't take much. Just click on the subscribe button, click on the bell, share the video, and like. That's all. Like, it's that simple. Why are you struggling with it? Okay, so I'll read like those who commented their comments and I'll tell you my side of the story. Okay, yeah. So one person, I'll read from YouTube first. Gracious, I know him, by the way. Okay, I met him at the YouTube festival. So yes, he said my biggest regret was losing my virginity, into brackets purity, to my ex. I wish it never happened. It's way more spiritual than sexual intercourse, and I agree with that. Like the part where he said it's way more spiritual than physical sexual intercourse, that is so true. And most people don't know that sex is not just a physical thing. Like the spiritual side of sex, most people don't know. So if people are having sex with multiple people, I just look at them, I'm like, do you know what you're doing? You know the consequences of what you're doing. So my reply to him was, which is which? Can you lose your virginity without any sexual intercourse? You know, things happen. That's why I was like, do you regret anything? And I think this is someone's regret, or like this is someone's regret. Him losing his virginity to his ex, and it's wish it never happened. I think he understands the spiritual side. That's why he now regrets it, I guess. So one person also commented in my TikTok live the other time. That was last week, and it was like his biggest regret was breaking up with his ex-girlfriend, and now the ex-girlfriend that he broke up with is married. And I was like, why did you break up with her? And he was like, based on his spiritual background, like his family. You know, there are some families that when you grow up in, there are things that you do and you feel like you are doing like something so bad. And to him was like, he felt like it was a big sin, like it was a sin for him to be in a relationship as at that time, okay, that he was with the lady. So yeah, it depends. Some people, their religion affects their what they do, not only in relationship but what they do. And some people with their family background, like me for instance, the family I come from, bro, if it's 6 o'clock and you're still outside, the way your phone will buzz in, so like you've already been told at 6 o'clock you should be back home or you should be getting back home. So if, like now for instance, I'm I find it difficult to go out late in the night. Okay. It's not that my parents are more flexible, because we are now matured, even though there are still certain things that you definitely can't do, like you didn't try, but it's better than before. And I feel like because I'm into social media, so they give me like that little privilege. It's not a full privilege, oh, it's a little privilege. But you still have to ask your parents permission before you go out. That is still there. And I think that is a good thing because they need to know your whereabouts. Okay. So one thing that I've like is still something that I can't do is to stay out late. Like, talk less of you like having a party that it to be in the middle of the night. I wouldn't be able to come. Like, I'll give you all the explanation that I have to give, but it's because of the family that I come from. Okay. That story is for like another day. If I start say things that I don't do or I don't feel comfortable with, this video is going to be a long one. Okay. So one thing, so coming back to me, but I think one person also said in my WhatsApp, he was like, he doesn't regret being a child of God. That's a good thing. Okay. Because it's God every day, every time, anywhere, any day. It's God. Okay. So yes, that's a good one. So coming to my side, I don't think I have like any big regret or any regrets, because I feel like anything that happens in life or in the path of life or your journey of life happens for a reason. I feel like if maybe let's say let's say for instance, if maybe you wanted to work um in the year 2016 and you applied for jobs but like you weren't taken, or no job, no company took you, and maybe in 2018 company starts calling you. Maybe I feel like 2016 wasn't the time you're supposed to work, or there was something that would have happened to you if you're working within that period. Okay, so I feel like everything happens for a reason. Even with sickness, that there's like sometimes you'll be sick and you'll be like, why am I sick within this period? You wouldn't understand, but later you get whether it is physical understanding or spiritual understanding, whichever way it is, it's everything happens for a reason. Yeah. So yes, I don't really regret anything in life. So to the second question, which no one answered, I feel like because I asked it in one question, so like at the same time, so people didn't really pay attention to the second one. They only paid attention to the first one. So the second question was, what was that one thing that you did that right now, when you start to think about it, you feel like, I didn't do it. So I'm going to say my part. Even though it's a long story, but I'm going to make it short because I don't want this video to be a long one. Okay. So it happened to me in high school, way back in high school. There was this, when you go to high school, I was a boy that year. And if you say anything, it is when you're a boy, you get to hear things, get to see things, get to experience things. But I think most days today, but they don't have gist. Like boys have gist, So I went to school as a boarder, like in Form 1, and I had a school mother, and my school mother introduced his school brother to me, and the school brother like liked me since then. I knew he liked me as in like a relationship from back. I didn't want to have any relationship with school because I didn't go to school to go and do relationship matter. I went to learn. So I knew he had like emotional attachment to the friendship that he was trying to, but I was overlooking it, even though he was a nice person, yeah. So he was protective of me way back in school when I was in Form 1. So no guy was able to talk to me because I later heard that he went to the boys' dormitory. He was also a brother. He went to the boys' dormitory and told the guys that I'm his girlfriend. And I knew nothing about it. I think it was when I got to Form 3 that the guys, like my mates, began to open up to me because during that time, all the people who were protective of me had left school. So now we're all in Form 3, so they had to open up to me. That was when I got to know that he warned all the guys to stay off my lane. And that is a good one because I didn't have like any disturbances with guys, but and like through that most guys didn't talk to me, and I didn't know why until I heard what I heard. Okay, so he told the guys not to talk to me that I'm his girlfriend and blah blah blah. I want to cut the story short, but if you want to hear the full gist, you can comment in the comment section. So when was he in Form 3? When he was in Form 3, I was in Form 1, so he was, and it's really helped me because no guy disturbed me, and he always makes sure I was like it's either he will check up on me every day, like every single day, unless maybe he's not feeling fine or he's not in the mood. It's not every day that someone will be in the mood to talk and laugh and all that. But if he's not in the mood, he will send someone to come check me, like to come call me to check if I'm okay or if I need anything. And he was a good person. So when he was leaving the school, he put me in charge. Like he told his school son to take care of me. So after that time, his school son was in Form 2 because they had left or they were leaving. So they were going to Form 3, we were going to Form 2. So his school son was also protective. That one too, people thought like I was in a relationship with him. And he will make sure that like if I'm going for dining, he will come and check if I'm there. He'll come and check if like a guy is talking to me or if I'm alone and all that. Guys, it was like I wouldn't say comfortable because all the time it's like someone is watching you, someone is telling you. But it was good because no one will come bother you. You get. So when they all left now, my own mates now came to me direct because they're like, now all the people that were protecting you are gone. So we've come directly to you. We've come to speak directly to you. We like you. And it wasn't just one person. I would say almost all the Form 3 guys. I would say almost, not like, okay, I would say maybe 50% of the guys, like, should I say 50%? Maybe someone think I'm exaggerating, but I heard people who like me, like people like me, and some of them couldn't tell me to be completed school. Some told me after school if they were able to get my contact. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, let me stop exaggerating. Let me say almost 50% of the guys in school approached me that they liked me. And after that time, Charlie, everybody's steady to write their final years on me. I can't tell me that you like me. So fast forward, I had to like take a plan because I didn't want any distractions. Okay. And I didn't even know most of the guys in school because I was this shy, quiet person, reserved person. I think, like, I feel like I'm so shy, but I feel like YouTube has made me, like, become a talkative because I'm always talking on camera. Because I was always quiet. Like, I'm always quiet. My head is always down. Not because I'm not confident or anything, but I don't like people looking at me. Especially when I'm walking by the roadside. I mostly can't walk looking forward because people will look at you. So I'm always like, my head is always down. Not because I'm not confident or something, but I just don't like people looking at me. That's the thing. So I'm always reserved. So I became an assistant senior girls prefect in school, and that was when I got to know some of the form threes because of I got to know some because they were prefects, and when we go for meeting, I'll definitely see you. So that was how I got to know people. And when we call for a general school meeting, or maybe all form threes, that's when I got to see people. I'm like, at this point in this school, like to the time we completed, I still didn't know most people in school, even though I was a prefect. Can you imagine? Someone says that, so how did you become a prefect? That's a story for another day. That's a long story altogether. Okay, so I had to take a plan. So I was like, how would I let these guys off my neck? Because like it was becoming too much, and my name was all over the place. And if I prepare my name, was so it's just too much. It even got to a point like I was very close with one teacher. For him, I can mention his name, Mr. Foster Prempon. Okay, I was very close with him since form one because when my mom went for my prospectus, when she went to pay for my fees and took my prospectus, that was the first teacher she met at the administration block. Yeah. So when I went to school, she put me in his hands, and he was a very good teacher. Like he became my class teacher when we got to, I think, form 3 or form 2. I think form 2 or form 3, he became like my class teacher, and he was my economics teacher since form 1. And high school, like, my favorite subject was economics. Like, that course, that subject, I love. So, and he also made people not to like me because he was teaching us, okay, I think it's form 2. Yeah, because he was teaching us, he was teaching the form 3s, I think business class, and like the other general art students, economics. And because our blog was closer to the form 3 business class, when he's going to their class, he'll sometimes come and call me to take his books to the class, like before he gets there. And sometimes he will come call me if they are not able to answer a question. Then he will send a form 3 student from that same class to come call me to come answer the question in their class. So most of the ladies in that business class didn't like me. Those who are bored, they didn't like me because they felt like he's embarrassing them. Like, how can you call a junior to come answer like a form 3 question? And I must say, I'm not bragging, but I was good. Like, I'm a good student. Okay. So some of them, like some of the guys, like not like this, the guys who were in form 3 come to me to like help them with like some of the assignments and stuff. Even though I wasn't available for them because I didn't want them to kind of feel bad, or I didn't want people talking about me. So anytime he comes to ask, I feel so shy. I answer and I go to my class. But it got to a point I went to him and I was like, say, I beg you, please stop calling me to their class. If they can't answer, maybe give them a punishment or do what you have to do with them. But don't come call me from my class that I should come and answer like their question. Like people like eyes will be on me, and I don't like that. So he stopped it. Okay. So people thought when I was in a relationship with that teacher, and I felt so sad because I didn't want his name to be tarnished. He's a very like people say when he teach they don't understand, but like when he teach, I totally understand. So I even learn ahead of time, so it makes me go like ahead of the others. So people, I didn't want people to tarnish his image as a teacher. Like he's been in the school for long, so it's not me that like it's not my issue, or it's not me getting close to him that will make students like disrespect him or anything. So I decided to get like the gap that we had, the closeness of friendship that we had. I decided to withdraw myself. So like it got a time he said I'm becoming like a bad student because I wasn't getting close to him. And when he calls me sometimes I don't go. Not because I didn't want to go, but I didn't want people to see me with him to confirm like their suspicion or anything. Even though I don't care, but I I respect him a lot, and I didn't want people to drag him like students now they'll be teasing you, and it's not fair like that. So I just didn't like I was withdrawing myself from him. So he even called my mom and told him that I'm becoming a bad girl and all that. But I didn't care because I knew I wasn't a bad girl. Okay, I was just protecting his name and my name, of course, because I didn't want to be thrown in school. So long and short story again, I I heard someone liked me in a business class. And how I got to know was a friend of mine in the business class told me that this person likes you. And I was like, who is he? So I got to know him, and I was like, oh, he was a good student. Like between first 5 years, he'll be inside. So he was a smart guy. And he was very quiet. He was reserved. So I was like, hmm. And he likes me. So I was like, okay, let me just use him. I'm really sorry. You see, that's why I'm saying that after that time, you wouldn't like feel bad for what you're doing, but like now when I see that, I feel so bad for using him and for playing with his emotions. Okay, because he was fully into the relationship with his emotion. He loved me, but I liked him as a friend because he was a nice person. Yeah, it's like all the people I met in school were nice people. And he was generous. Okay, like he easily gives when you ask him. I didn't I went to be asking him, oh please, I beg. But he easily gives. And on my birthday he gives me like he was nice. So I was like, okay, let me use him as like, and he wasn't really, really a nice guy as in like physical looks. He wasn't that nice that if maybe the other guys would be like, ah, this girl has left us and gone for this guy, you know. Most of the guys who like were talking to me like got disappointed of the kind of person I chose to be with, or I claimed to be with.
You go explain. You gonna explain tire.
So it wasn't like physically like you see that thing, yeah. So I went to him, I was like, I heard you, they said you like me, but you are shy to talk to me. Because I heard he was shy to approach me as well. So yeah, I comforted him. I was like, you know what? I I like you too. I accept to be your girlfriend. And he was so shocked. I feel like after that time you should have thought that what's this guy up to, but his mind didn't come like to that time. And maybe he thought I wouldn't do that because of course I'm a good girl. So I went to him, I was like, you know what, I've accepted to be your girlfriend, you know? So yeah. So for some time he was in shock. I'm like, if you don't like it, you can tell me. My two know. So I was like, okay. So like we usually used to talk after school. If you come see me, we'll talk maybe break time. He like when you pass to the canteen, you pass through my block. So when it is passing, you literally say hi. So people began to tease me, students now, they begin to tease you with the person's name and all that. So as time goes on, as time went on, this guy was coming up to me that he's hearing that I'm going out with the assistant senior boys prefect. I'm like, come again? He said I'm going out with he has been hearing rumors that I'm going out with the assistant boys prefect. And the assistant boys prefect had a girlfriend by then. Like I didn't even know that like they were dating from Form 1 to like to be completed. So it was my friend who was like, and his girlfriend, whenever I'm standing with a guy to talk, like my co-assistant to talk, she comes to pass by and she look at me, but I didn't know they were in a relationship. And I wasn't like, I was also not in a relationship with a guy. So one of my friend who was in her, like their class, but they were in the same class, one of my friends who was in the same class with them were like, told me that, this person in a relationship. I'm like, you don't mean it. So like when I got to know, I began to withdraw back because I didn't want any girlfriend wahala, to the extent that the lady even came to warn me to leave her guy. I was like, hey, the lady came with 3 other prefects, because they were all prefects. She came with 3 other prefects to come warn me. Yeah. That I should leave her man alone.
You see all this Igbo when people they smoke for empty belly? And the result be that.
I was like, is it that serious? So the guy who was in a relationship with me thought I was going out with that guy. I was like, that person has a girlfriend. Do you know? He said yes. I was like, so if you know why you say I'm in a relationship with that same person, how can I be in a relationship with someone who's already in a relationship? Doesn't make sense. Even though some people do that, but it doesn't make sense. Okay. Once I know the person has a girlfriend, if I didn't know, that's a different issue. But I know, no, I wouldn't do that. So because I didn't want him to feel bad, I started withdrawing, like my closeness with, and I didn't want to have issues with that other lady too. My closeness with my assistant also withdrew. So he also felt bad that maybe now because I'm with this person, I don't want him as a friend, like, but I didn't care because I don't have anything to do with you. You have a girlfriend, so what's your business? Even though we're still friends, we still spoke like hi, but it wasn't like those times that as friends we chat, we gist. No, it wasn't like that anymore. So he also became surprised, but I didn't tell him that his girlfriend came to warn me. I think it was later after school that I told him that, your girlfriend came to warn me. He was like, you don't mean it? I said, yeah. So the guy was constantly, he'll be like, he has heard this, he has said that in the boys' dormitory, he has heard this, and this person says he likes me, but I'm like, me, I don't like wahala. Like, I want my peace. Like, I love peace. So if you'll be going this way, please just back up so that I'll have my peace. So he asked me, I was like, and I was so truthful to him though, because I didn't want him to feel bad. So I was truthful to him. If something is true, I tell him, oh yes, maybe I'll stand with this person, I'll talk to this person. Oh no, I wasn't. But when we were about to write our final year exams, he came to me and that I wasn't feeling fine. But he didn't know. So he sent someone to come call me. When I went to meet him, it was close to the canteen. When I went to meet him, was like, he has heard enough. He can't like keep pretending that he has not been hearing what's happening. That I'm dating the same assistant boys prefect. That I'm dating. I'm like, you know what? You don't believe me. Okay, so if I'm in a relationship with someone and you don't believe what the person is saying, I don't think that relationship is really healthy. So you know what? If you don't believe me, you can make a decision now. So he was like, yeah, he can't be with someone that every day there's an issue that she's dating this, she's dating that. I was like, okay. So what do you want? And he said, we should break up. I said, okay. Then I just turned and I was going. So one of his friends that came with him came to cross me and was like, why don't you just say okay and leave? I'm like, what do you want to say? Should I beg him? I won't. Guy, I have an exam to focus on. It's not this person that will come and like distract me or anything. He said he doesn't like again. Myself, I don't like again. I don't like again. So I beg, just clear off my way. And they didn't know I wasn't feeling fine. So clear off my way. So that was what happened. And after school, I don't know how he got my number, but he came to chat me. And like, I still wanted to be friends with him because I really like him as a friend. Okay. I still wanted to be friends with him, but as time went on that we're talking and all that, he insulted me. I was like, how dare you? Is it because I still give you the chance to talk to me? Like, yo, how dare you? So when I forgotten the insult, but I blocked him. Like when like he said that, I was like, how dare you? He was like, who do I think I am? No, I'm a nobody, but no, like, how dare you? It wasn't an issue that, like, if I say how dare you, to be like maybe I'm feeling proud or something. No, the insult that he didn't insult me as in that, but what he said was an insult. Like the statements he made was an insult. So I blocked him. Like I think a month, like some months or probably a year or so. He came to chat me with another number, and I was like, who is this? And he mentioned his name, blah blah. And he was like, oh, he's sorry for the last time. He didn't mean to say that, blah 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 blah. I was like, okay. So we began to talk, but I wasn't like frequently talking to him. If he'd say hi, how are you? I'm fine. I wouldn't ask him how you doing or anything. I wasn't like open to chat with him like before. Then he came up again with another issue that he likes me, wants us to get back. He's sorry that blah blah blah. What happened in high school? He regrets. He wants me back. I said, you know what? I don't like you. I don't want you back. I have a man in my life. I had to say all what I had to say, and I blocked him because he was on my neck. It was disturbing. Like every day. Oh, have you thought about my? I'm like, actually, I have someone in my life. Why are you still pestering my life? Like, I had to block him again. I normally see him on Facebook as like friend request. I don't accept because I want my peace. So yeah. Aside me blocking because of what he did or what he said, he's a nice person. So I feel bad for doing that to him in high school, but I don't feel bad for blocking him now. Okay, so yeah. That's one thing that I feel bad now, but I didn't feel bad when doing it, but I feel bad now. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's my story. You know, guys, let me know if you like this chit chat, this sit down videos, because I've been wanting to talk about my first heartbreak. If you want to listen to that one, let me know, okay? If you want to know how my first relationship ended, I thought I was in a relationship while I wasn't. So guys, if you want to hear how like my first heartbreak, let me know in the comment section, okay? And let me know if you enjoyed this video, and please don't want to subscribe, yeah? You have to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video, okay? It doesn't take much. Just share, just tap on the screen, okay? It's that simple. So yes, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it the same way I did, even though I cut the story short because it's a long story. I cut it short so that this video wouldn't be lengthy. Okay, so yes. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. And let me know if you want to hear the heartbreak story. My first ever heartbreak. If you want to hear the story, it's funny. Like doing that, I wasn't funny, but now it's so funny. I don't think I've shared it like to most people. I think I shared it to one or two friends of mine. Yeah, that's it. But if you want me to share with you guys, you can let me know, okay? So yes, this brings us to the end. I've said this like 10 times already now. So yeah, see you guys in my next video. Ciao.